I'm going to do a quick walkthrough of the Twitter moderator template. When you go to the link, it's going to ask you to make a copy. So I say yes, make a copy. And then it says copy of Twitter chat template. But I'm going to want to make my own template. So I'm going to change this to my Twitter chat. Let's make it #Alice moderator template. So let's pretend that I have a chat called Alice. So I say okay. And so I'm going to use this template each week. So I just want to make this really generic up front. So I'm going to leave the topic generic right now because every week the topic's going to change. So I'm not going to set that. So is the host and the co-host. But what I do want to do is change the hashtag. So you'll see here it says +%23, your hashtag. I'm going to double click on that. Now I want to leave the +%23. That's what's going to generate a space bar and the pound symbol for when I do my tweets. But you'll notice that it is in between quotation marks, and that's really important for my formula. So don't remove the quotation marks, but just the part where it says your hashtag. What is the hashtag of your tweet? So Twitter chat. So we're going to pretend that I'm doing a Twitter chat called #Alice. And then you'll notice throughout the template, all the hashtags in this column C are automatically updated. So you should not have to really put that ever again. Now sometimes you don't want the hashtag necessarily at the end, and this automatically appends the hashtag to the end of all of your tweets. So you might want to be putting the hashtag other places, but you're going to need to put %23 instead of the pound symbol. So let's say, who are my chat demographics? Teachers who are super nerdy. And my chat focus here is, so the demographics are just who you're trying to attract. I'm trying to attract teachers since I'm an educator, but obviously this template would work for anybody doing any kind of chat. So my dad's an engineer, so he might want to be putting on a chat for electrical engineers. So his topic would be electrical engineers. And so what is the chat focus then is, what are the people interested in? What do you talk about every week? So I run Prof Chat, and so our focus is on the teaching aspect of working at a university. So for this particular one, looking at spreadsheet ninja tricks. So I'm looking for teachers who want to look at spreadsheet ninja tricks. Obviously yours will be different. So this first page is just here to help set you up for your overall Twitter chat. I do have hyperlinks here that you'll notice, like if I click on this, it lets me link to, and it generates a tweet. I don't know why I would want to tweet that, but I just have the hyperlinks throughout the document because when you click on them, they are going to generate a tweet. Okay, so then I want to go to the promo tab down here at the bottom, and this is going to be all the things that you're going to say throughout the week leading up to the Twitter chat. So for now, we're going to leave it really generic because these are the things we're going to say every week, just kind of leading out. Now you might want to put in, maybe 30 of these or something. Just because if you have a lot of people on your team can come back to this promo tab throughout the week, and then they just would click here, and it'll generate a tweet. So you'll notice it generated what it had in the cell, but it also put the hashtag on there. So you're saying, hey, join us for our chat. We meet on Tuesdays or whenever it is that you meet, and just the different things that you would want to say. So I'm going to leave this as put topic here because when I actually do it for the week, once I replace put topic here on the first tab, it's going to auto-populate into these cells. Now obviously you don't have to use my suggested pre-made promotional tweets. You can just type on top of it. You don't have to use what I have. Oops. Command-Z is the best tool ever. But these are just things to kind of get you started. And then I notice I tend to, when I'm moderating a Twitter chat, that I'm saying things like, hey, Prof Chat's going to start in 30 minutes. Join me in 10 minutes for Prof Chat. And then I also might say something like, for the next hour, my tweets are going to be dedicated to to this chat. So all of these things that you would say prior to the chat, I would put here on the promo page. But notice if I change this to 30 minutes, 10 minutes, that it changes in the tweet itself. So I can start kind of like doing a little countdown leading up to it, if you'd like to use that. Okay, and then I go to the opener tab, and then there's just generic things that you say every week for the chat. So, welcome to my chat. Tonight's topic is, and then I've got the chat is for, and it's going to automatically fill in, if you look at the formula, it's going to automatically fill in the demographics and the chat topic or chat focus, the overall chat focus, not the topic for that week's chat, if you want to use that one. So I just have a few of them to kind of get you started, but again, you can customize them however you want. Now I'm going to skip the questions tab because every week the questions change. So right now I'm just making a template that I can use generically all the time. So I'm going to skip that one, and I'm going to go to closer. So what are the things that you say at the end? So thank you for joining my chat. Thank you to whoever the moderator was, and join us next week. And you may have other things that you like to say. So you pre-build those all in there. So when it comes time that you want to say this, all you have to do is come back here to the spreadsheet, click on the link, and it's going to automatically create the tweet. So that gets me started with having just a generic template. And so then I'm ready to do whatever it is I'm going to do for the week. So then I would come over here and I would go File, Make a Copy. And so I would change this probably to the date, 2013-07-09. So let's say that's the date of the chat that I'm going to do. And then I'm going to say maybe the topic. Topic is fill down in a spreadsheet, whatever. All right, so I make a copy. And so then what I've got is it already has my demographics, it already has my overall chat focus, and has all my promo and closer and opener questions that I use every week for my chat. And it already has my correct hashtag. So then all I need to do is just fill out these 3 cells each week. So, my topic this week is fill down in a spreadsheet. Okay, and so let's say I put down, I want to do @ITeachAwesome, maybe. So I would do %40. So that's kind of a little bit of a change. If you're going to be using the @ symbol, you usually need to use %40. So I'll do %40, ITeachAwesome. So who's your moderator? And let's say that I'm going to be the co-moderator. So the %40 again replaces the @ symbol. And so I just have some little reminders for you here on this getting started page. If you want a space bar, use the plus symbol, %23 for the pound symbol, and %40 for the @ symbol. And then I would just come over here to the questions tab. And what are my questions? Have you ever done a fill down in a spreadsheet? All right, so there's my first question. And so when it comes time to do the chat, which by the way, you notice it kind of does a character count. When I click on that, I'm able to generate a tweet. And notice it automatically puts in the Q1, the colon, and the space bar, and it automatically puts in the hashtag. So that's kind of nice. Oops. Okay, so if I come down here and I do one, maybe I'm on question 4, grab the corner, what happened? All right, so when I click on this tweet, notice that it automatically says the Q4, the colon, and then it does the hashtag automatically. So that's kind of nice. Now, where the 1, 2, 3, 4 is coming from is over here in question number. So if you wanted a 4 and then a 4A and then a 5, 4A, share your template. So when I click there, you notice that it's going to say question 4A, it pulls it from that first column. So this way, if you want to move questions around, so I didn't want this to be question 4, copy, paste, I wanted it to be question 9, I can just move the questions around without having to renumber them and make sure that I put the hashtag on. That's going to be done automatically for you. One thing that you may know that you can do with a formula is you can actually grab cells and move them. That you'll notice up here on the first one, it's still saying, have you ever done a fill down in a spreadsheet, even though this is now blank. So what happens here is if you look at the formulas itself in column D, it is referring to what's in column B horizontally aligned with it. If you drag and move it, so you'll now notice if I double click on this one, it now says row 8 instead of row 1 where it's supposed to be. So when you drag the questions, it actually kind of goes funky with the formula. So it would be recommended, even though you are able to grab and drag, I would say do not do that. If you want to change the question around, Command C copy, Control for a PC, Command V paste, and then just delete it out of the old spot. So if you want to rearrange them, use copy and paste, don't drag. So anyway, I can just use this questions tab to start putting out all of the tweets during the chat, and I found it to be pretty helpful, and I hope that you do too.